Hello, Chabil here, and today we're going to take on one of the age-old myths of Minecraft. The sand affect the growth of sugarcane. Which, just to be a little different, I'm also going to tell you the different types of dirt because there's more than just dirt or grass and all that. But to do this, we're going to look at the code instead of looking by testing it in the game, because the code is what makes the game work. So you don't have to do any fancy experiments, just look at the code. So yeah, I'll begin doing that and be back when I have a bit more information. The class that defines sugarcane is called block reed, which is sort of back from alpha when sugarcane was called reeds. Now, this update tick function is what's called and used to decide if it should grow or not, which is partially determined by the age, which is just an integer between 0 and 15, and every now and then when it gets block update, it'll increment that. It'll increment the age by 1. And if it's equal to 15, it'll grow. It has nothing to do with any type of block that's underneath. Now, the one that does care about the block underneath is the can place block at, which determines if you can place the block down. It checks to see if it's a grass block, which could be any type of grass block. Probably not path blocks, even though that's a subtype of grass blocks. It could be any type of dirt block. Doesn't matter if it's puzzle or any of that. It could be any type of dirt. Or it could be any type of sand. And obviously, it can be placed on sugarcane. So, yeah, that's kind of normal. A strange thing is, it checks for water nearby. Basically, water anywhere around the base of the sugarcane, horizontally from the block that's on. Now, interesting thing here, it doesn't just care if it's water. It'll also work if it's the ice created from Frostwalker. Frostwalker ice won't destroy your sugarcane. And just a little extra informative thing, it checks to see that block in the on update. It checks for drop, checks to see if it should drop like break, which then in turn calls can stay, which is basically just a wrapper around can place. So in total, there's only really 2 things going on with reeds. You got the update tick, which is what decides to make them grow, which is called, pretty sure it's called basically every random block update, I think. I may be wrong on that, but yeah, it's random block updates. That's what it calls that. And then every 15 random block updates on a piece of sugarcane makes it grow. If it's less than 3 tall. As soon as it becomes 3 tall, it stops growing. Pretty obvious. I don't know, that might be 4 tall. Because 0 is probably counting, 0 is the base, bottom one. So actually it's 4 tall. But once it says, hey, let's grow, it says, okay, get the block above me and set it to sugarcane. Well, then it sets the age of that sugarcane to be 0. Or if it doesn't grow, it updates its own. And that's just about it for sugarcane. There's not much else going on here. Obviously there's a bit of rendering stuff, but other than that, sugarcane's pretty boring. So yeah, that's about it on the myth about sand or dirt being better for growing sugarcane. In all reality, it doesn't matter at all. It just matters that you got sand or dirt underneath it to keep it from popping off the block. And that's all. I'm gonna have another video coming out in a little bit, talking about some stuff I'm doing for demonstrating some snapshots and stuff, but that's later. Well, goodbye, Jamil.